Hi friends, and once again I would like to welcome you for the Q4 earnings season strategy. Friends, we all knows that already 70 to 80% of the large companies has reported their numbers. Friends, I would like to give update on the SBI on the fundamental ground. Since last 3 quarters, SBI is posting very good numbers on both the front, on the top line and the bottom line. SBI is reporting 30% growth on the top line year on year consistently since last 3 quarters, and similarly they have reported 15% year on year growth on their bottom line. After the reporting 45% degrowth during the first quarter, SBI is very smartly and very handsomely came out with the good numbers from the last 2 quarters. On the comparable front, when we are looking for the Q4 FY12 numbers with the Q4 FY11 numbers, we found some discretion between these two numbers, because in Q4 FY11 SBI Bank has booked some one-time expenses on the employee cost front. Because of that, we feel that we cannot compare these two numbers on the year-on-year growth basis. SBI Bank NIM margin has already stood very good way, and it's increased from 3.62% in June 2011 to 4.05 in December 2011 quarter. However, there are the concern regarding the quality of assets are increasing. Their NPA is increased from 1.6% in June quarter to 2.2% in the December quarter. In current high interest rate scenario, we do not expect NIM to improve further, and the high NPA as well as low provision coverage ratio of 62.5% may adversely impact earnings of the SBI. Friends, out of last 8 quarters result announcement, 4 times SBI has came out with the good numbers compared to street estimate. Based on their current performance rate cut, we are not much more positive about the NIM margin, and we are slightly concerned regarding the NPA of the SBI. No doubt, over the last 2 months, SBI share price has corrected more than 15%. So suppose companies are coming out with their good numbers and the beat street estimate, then we expect some smart rally and movement in the SBI stocks.
Let's have a technical check on SBI. Looking at the graph, SBI has just entered the demand zone and it is near to the support levels. The current market price is 1840. The support 1 is at 1800. The support 2 is at 1775, whereas resistance 1 can be seen at 1890 and resistance 2 can be seen at 1947. The 8 days moving for the moving average for the stock is at 1882, whereas 13 days moving average for the stock is at 1932. The long-term support for the stock is at 1680, whereas long-term resistance can be seen at 2092 levels. So buy in the range of 1840 to 1800 with a stop loss at 1775 for a target of 1882 to 1940 in SBI.
Hi friends, now I would like to taking through the another company result estimate, which is the Coal India. On the financial number front, we expect Coal India will report very good growth in their top line. That will be the more than 40%, which was because of the good coal price realization and the good production growth. But while we are going through the bottom line number, we are not much positive for the Coal India. We are expecting degrowth on the PAT front to rupees 3,828 crore, which was because of the higher wage provisioning which company has done during this quarter. On the production front, Coal India has produced total 145 million tons and they have dispatched 123 million ton coal. On the price realization front, e-auction price for the coal has been very surprised during the Q3, which was around 2,852 rupees per ton average, and which was 2,341 rupees per ton during the first half of FY12. which has shown a 20% growth, and based on which we are expecting good top line growth. But in Q4 we are not much positive in regards to the price realization for the Coal India, because international coal price has already corrected by 15 to 20%, and e-auction price is almost flat on Q basis. Friends, we all are very well known that since last 3 months Coal India is facing problem and the pressure from the government for the signing fuel supply agreement with the power companies, which was the one of the more concern for the Coal India, and which we believe has the more impact on the valuation rather than the fundamental. Increasing the volume is the best solution for the Coal India to provide better supply to the power companies. Recently, friends, Coal India board has passed the resolution that they can enter into the FSA agreement with the power companies, and they put the penalty of 0.01% of the shortfall in the supply. If the power plays are agreed with those terms, then this will be the really positive trigger for the Coal India. But still, uncertainty which mounts on the Coal India regarding the penalty and the signing of FSA agreement is the one concern for the Coal India growth. But apart from this, based on their fundamental grounds and based on the opportunities available to the Coal India, we are the positive, and after the steep price correction, we believe Coal India is available at good valuation of roughly around 11 times their FY13 earnings. So one can look forward for this company.
Let's have a technical check on Coal India. Looking at the graph, one can see that it has just gone down below the support zone, which was a demand zone, and now it will become a supply zone. So one can face stiff resistance in that zone. The current market price is 309. Support 1 can be seen at 298, whereas support 2 can be seen at 293. Resistance 1 is at 315, and resistance 2 can be seen at 321. 8 days moving average for the stock is at 317, whereas 13 days moving average is at 323. So we have a negative crossover on the averages also in this stock, whereas long term support is at 289 and long term resistance can be seen at 356. So all in all, it is a sell between 309 to 315 levels with a stop loss at 322 for a target of 298 and 293 in Coal India.
Hello friends, I'll be taking you over to the Tata Steel quarter 4 earnings estimates. Firstly, we'll go with the numbers that we are expected for the Tata Steel to declare. On the Tata Steel standalone, we expect the net sales to be rise by 9.7%, and the sales and the PAT would be estimated or expected to go up by just a mere 0.2%. That's on the standalone basis. On the consolidated part, the sales is expected to go up by just 0.4%, and there will be a degrowth in the PAT figures, that is negative 78.5. So I'll just take you over more to the how we derive the estimates on what are the fundamental arguments that we are giving on the Tata Steel. Firstly, we expect the EBITDA per ton to arrive at $320 per ton, that is because of the decline in the raw material cost and also volume realization happening good in the domestic Tata Steel company. Also, the Tata Steel EBITDA per ton might improve to 380 per dollar because the European operations might hit 14 million ton per annum in quarter 4 FY12. So that's another positive for Tata Steel. On the spot steel prices, we expect the steel prices has increased by $80 per ton since January. Now that will help Tata Steel to strengthen more because they can expect more realization later on going in the further quarters, but this effect will happen only after March 2012 because any uptick in realization in Tata Steel happens after a lag. Also on the other part is that as the raw material cost like iron ore and coking coal has decreased, we can see positive EBITDA flowing for the next further more quarters in FY12. Also on the domestic operations, we have seen that Tata Steel domestic operation will be the major growth driver for the company for the next 2 years. We also expect that the company will deliver and meet all their sales targets. And on the base of SOTP, we maintain a buy target. On the Bloomberg analysis, we arrived at a target of 512. Friends, so overall we expect that Tata Steel might give a good results, but we need to watch out for the Tata Steel chorus, that is the European numbers as well. Thank you.
Let's have a technical check on Tata Steel. As you can see, the stock is near the demand zone in the graph. The current market price is 405. The support 1 can be seen at 398, support 2 can be seen at 391, resistance 1 can be seen at 420 and resistance 2 can be seen at 425 odd levels. 8 days moving average for the stock is at 415, whereas 13 days moving average is at 424. The long term support is at 371 and long term resistance can be seen at 445. All in all, it's a buy in the range of 405 to 398. With a support at 391, that is the stop loss can be kept at 391 and a target of 420 and 425 can be seen in Tata Steel. Thank you.